believe it or not, it has been almost 3 years since the Sony A7C launched, and it is in dire need of an update, and there's plenty of rumors circling that it is going to be launching this year. So in this video, I wanted to give you 5 things that I think are for sure coming to the new A7C, especially if they're trying to compete with other cameras being released right now. Alright, the A7C, everyone knew this as the A7 III's little brother, but it came with a flip screen, a little bit better autofocus, in my opinion, better color science as well. But with the A7 IV coming out, just got an FX30 for the crop sensor line, it makes it really hard to justify this camera right now if you were going to pick up something new, because Sony has not really lowered the price on this at all. In this day and age, more and more people are wanting smaller and stylish cameras. It's the reason someone like Peter McKinnon picked up a Leica Q2, and in my opinion, the most stylish camera Sony has is the A7C, especially if they would release some silver lenses for it, like this APS-C kit lens. This is something I would carry around every single day. All right, let's just jump into it. Number 1 is going to be 10-bit color. The 8-bit in here is just extremely outdated, especially when you consider that something like the EOS R that came out before this at least had 10-bit, and pretty much any camera that's come out in the past 2 years is 10-bit, so 10-bit on the A7C Mark II is a must. Number 2, 4K 60. This is something we see in the A7 IV, but 4K 60 is something that this will need to have if it's going to compare to other cameras at the price point that this is more than likely going to come out at. 10-bit, 4K 60, I don't mind the crop, just put it in here, and that would make this a damn good camera. Third thing I think we should see is the programmable exposure compensation wheel. The biggest thing that I hate about this camera is that it only has 2 dials. It has the back one here, and then it has a wheel. If I could just get this to make this my shutter or aperture, like, it's not going to cost any more in manufacturing. You don't have to change the layout of the camera, just make it free scrolling and make it programmable. Number 4, along with 10-bit color, S-Log3 is going to be used, but I think this camera also needs S-Cinetone, and this is one that they're putting in most of their cameras, but I could see them leaving that out of this because they just want to protect it from their higher end cameras. And that's the thing, you're not competing with the A7 IV at this point with this camera. This is your entry point. You're competing with the Canon R8, you're competing with the Panasonic S5 Mark II. All of these cameras come under $2,000, and that is my 5th and final point of this camera. It needs to come in at the same price point the Mark I came in. Now, I know the A7 IV was $24.99 and there was a price increase, and so we could very likely see this at $22.99. But as someone who shoots strictly Sony and someone who loves this camera, if this comes in at $22.99 and it has the same features as the A7 IV and no other benefits of the A7 IV, I'm not getting this camera. You're either going to get the A7 IV or you're going to get the Panasonic S5 II or the Canon R8. This camera is going to be make or break for Sony. It really is. If this is going to be their entry-level point, it needs to have an entry-level price, but not entry-level features. And that is it. 5 things I think it could have and probably will have, but I could also see Sony just completely giving us the middle finger and not putting it in the camera. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to catch more videos like this, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions or you have any opinions on what we will see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.